Digital voice standards. DMR, dstar, Yaesu System Fusion, P25, NXDN, the new M17 module. Why do we need so many digital voice modes in amateur radio, and should they be standardized? I'm going to give you my thoughts and my insights, and I want to know what you think, so let's go. Today's video is sponsored by Ham.live. See my interview in the link in the description below, where I interviewed Sean, the creator of Ham.live, and use Ham.live on your next net control activation for greater interest. The idea for this video came to me from a comment I got on one of my latest videos about asking the big four manufacturers what we need next. What do we need next as far as radios go in the amateur radio world? What do we want to see in the amateur radio world? And what kind of radio are people asking for? So this comment, once again, this comment came to me through there, and I thought this would make a really good video. It's something I've done videos about before in the past, and it's something I have not changed my mind about. In fact, I've got a little bit more insight for it now. So let's take a look at this real quick. This comes from Wayne PR, and he's down in Australia, VK3 ECS. Now, let me first say, Wayne, I agree with some of your points, but not all of them. I'll put it like that. But this is in no way to hassle you. I'm not trying to call you out as being wrong or anything like that. I just want to make some points about this comment you made. So we don't have to agree, and that's okay, and you may not agree with what I say, and that's certainly okay too. But he says, talking to fellow, and again, this is following the video that I made about what comes next, what do we want to see from the big four Japanese manufacturers in the amateur radio world, which in short was a dual-band all-mode radio, a smaller mobile-sized dual-band all-mode radio, and a replacement for either the 857 or IC7000. So go watch that video. I'll link it up here somewhere. Talking to fellow hams here in Australia, lots of them don't want, he says S-star, he means D-star. Lots of them don't want D-star or Yaesu Fusion. They want the much more popular and widely used DMR, so they are purchasing brands that have DMR, and sadly, that doesn't include ICOM and Yaesu. He's correct about that. I think DMR is more popular than the other two, but also remember that's because it's a commercial standard, not an amateur radio standard, so only hams are buying D-star and Fusion radios. Lots more people are buying DMR radios than just hams, so it's kind of not an apples to apples comparison, but he's not wrong. DMR is the most popular standard out there right now. This three-way digital battle has to come to an end, and there has to be one across-the-board standard. I disagree. I disagree with that statement, and I will explain why. Bear with me. Having to have two or even three radios, D-star, Yaesu Fusion, and DMR, just so you can talk to others on a different digital network is just stupid. And he says, yes, I know you can get a hotspot, but is that a real answer? No. Well, actually, it is a real answer. Actually, it is a real answer, because you don't have to talk on every network. You don't have to talk on every band. You don't have to talk on every mode. You pick one that you like, or maybe a couple that you like, and you talk on those. Everything does not have to be interconnected. Everything does not have to be interconnected, and there's no reason it should be. More options are better than less. So let's keep reading. I'm going to tell you my thoughts on that as well. There needs to be a digital standard. In Australia, there are far more digital DMR repeaters than there are D-star Fusion. I believe that. Yaesu, ICOM, and Kenwood should give the purchaser an option to either purchase their radio with the digital mode or their radio with DMR. Okay, well, Kenwood has DMR radios. They're on the commercial, the NX series, the Next Edge, the NX 5800, NX 5500, I think. They're commercially produced and for sale radios, and they have commercial price tags on them too. Great radios, but you can actually get a Kenwood DMR radio today. They're monoband, but they are made. For each DMR radio and amateur radio purchases, that's one less ICOM or Yaesu that an amateur is purchasing. I think what he means by that is that if Yaesu and ICOM gave us a choice between either D-star Fusion or DMR, and we started purchasing more DMR radios, then we would basically just weed them out of the amateur radio community, which is probably true, honestly. Honestly, I think he's got a point there. Okay, so here's my thoughts about everything he said, okay? There needs to be a digital, and he doesn't even talk about M17 or P25 or NXDN. NXDN isn't used very much in my area. I think there's some pretty good NXDN networks in Florida, I believe. And there's some P25 repeaters in this area, and they get used kind of good, but it's not near the big three, as it were, is DMR, dstar, and Fusion. Okay, and M17 is an up-and-comer. I really like using the M17. No, I don't think there should be a standard. And no, I don't think you should expect to have all these networks tied together. Now, there are ways to tie. I know there's networks out there where people tie in Fusion, dstar, DMR, P25, all of the even All-Star, analog All-Star is tied into it, and everybody can talk to everybody all at the same time. Well, great. Now you've got a traffic jam. Now you've got a system that's just jammed of traffic because everyone and their dog is keyed up from every mode and every standard around the country, around the world. And now you've got people talking on this system that's basically unusable because it's got so much traffic from all of the sources that no one really, people give up. People give up and they go elsewhere. So is that a solution? I don't think that's a solution. Look, we don't have a digital standard in HF radio. The term digital gets thrown around too commonly, okay? So what we're talking about today is digital voice. DMR, dstar, Yaesu System Fusion, P25, M17. These are digital voice modes. When you say digital modes in HF radio, you're talking about FT8, JS8 call, JT65, PSK31, RIDI. There's a bunch more little ones out there you've probably never heard of. There's some out there I've never even heard of. I heard about a new one the other day. There's one called Oliver or Olivia or something like that. That one's been around a while. But JT9 is another one. FT4. Okay, so there's a lot of digital transmission standards in HF, and these are basically keyboard-to-keyboard protocols. You're on a computer or a keyboard, and you're typing a message, or you send a signal from a computer program across the airwaves to another person with a computer that's decoding that signal and sending it back to you, and you have a QSO that way. Those don't need to be standardized. We don't need to get rid of everything but FT8, or we don't need to go back to PSK31 and get rid of everything except that. We don't need to mesh all of those together, okay? So I don't think you should look at digital voice that way either. Analog voice is the same way. Guess what? We have FM repeaters. We have AM and single sideband on HF. We have AM and single sideband on simplex on 2 meters and 440 as well. I don't think all of those should be meshed together, and I'd say get rid of AM and get rid of sideband. Everyone talk on FM. No, I don't think so. We got upper and lower sideband. We got different sides of the sideband. Okay, you've got AM which is both sidebands. I think all of those modes and features, all of those modes and transmission types have a place somewhere. So no, I don't think there should be a digital voice standard. I think people should use what they want to. I think if you want to use DMR, you should go off on your own DMR network. Forget about connecting dstar and System Fusion to it, okay? If you want to use dstar, then go off on a dstar network and talk to your dstar buddies. Forget about connecting Fusion and DMR to it. What's the point? I understand you say, well, we don't want to leave people out. Well, okay, but there's no one stopping you from buying a radio for this mode, okay? And you can also get Pi-Star and now the new OpenSpot 4 and 4 Pro and the new M1KE OpenSpot there that they just came out with. I just ordered one of those. You'll see that. In fact, you might see that video before this one. We'll see. The OpenSpot will transcode everything to everything. It'll transcode DMR to dstar to Fusion to back to DMR to P25 to NXDN, all of the things. The OpenSpot does not do M17 yet, but Pi-Star will do transcoding of M17 to some things. I don't think it's fully transcodable yet, but it probably will be one day. Pi-Star does not do dstar transcoding. So you have to have a Pi-Star to do M17, and you have to have an OpenSpot to do dstar transcoding. Okay. Right now, at the time of this recording, M17 is on it's in its infancy. It's brand new. It hasn't even been fully implemented yet. As far as I know, there's only one radio in the world that actually transmit M17 simplex. So M17 is not really part of the game yet. I think it will be. I think it should be. I think it's a neat mode. I'm looking forward to trying it more and more. In fact, here is my M17 CS 7000 M17 radio right there. Did a live stream with Ed and Steve on this a while back. Going to do some more videos with that soon. So M17 is an up-and-comer, but it's not quite there yet as far as the other three go. So, but the OpenSpot will do transcoding. So if you want to buy a DMR radio and talk on dstar, you can do that with an OpenSpot. If you want to buy a dstar radio and talk on DMR or Fusion, you can do that with an OpenSpot. There are ways out there, and you say, well, that's not a good, they just need to forget everything and just get rid of everything and make one standard. And I'm like, how is that different? First of all, you're regulating digital voice if you do that. And second of all, you're limiting the places that amateur radio operators can talk. I think we should have more places to talk, not less. I don't think less places to talk is the answer to the situation that we're talking about today. Okay, so I think more places to talk, not less, is the thing to do when you're talking about digital voice modes. If you don't want to talk on dstar, you don't want to talk on System Fusion, you don't want to talk on DMR because you don't want to buy these modes, hey, man, more power to it. That's fine. But I don't think there should be an expectation that you key up on every system and every network anywhere, and you should be able to get into that network and that system from any mode, including All-Star, Analog All-Star, or Echolink All-Star, including that, and get in there so everyone can talk everywhere. I think that just creates big networks that are bad with latency, have too many people on them, have a lot of drop packets because there's just too much on the system. Go off and get on your own talk group and your own chat room and your own whatever to talk to your buddies instead of trying to clog up one or two systems that has everyone on it. So I want to know what you guys think below. Put a comment below because I'd like to know what you think. Do you use what's your favorite? First of all, let me ask, what's your favorite digital mode? What is your favorite digital mode? Okay, is it DMR, dstar, System Fusion? Do you have one of each? I have one of each. I have several of each, actually. I'm looking forward to M17. And if you're planning on running nets or participating in a net on any of these modes, there's an M17 net, I think, out of Oklahoma on Mondays. I keep meaning to check into that. I got to put it on my calendar so I remember it. If you're planning on doing net control or checking into any of these nets, I highly recommend ham.live. It is a free service. I interviewed Sean from ham.live on this channel a while back. I will put a link to that video in the description below. Ham.live is like NetLogger, but more robust. You can access it from any platform. It's web-based. You can get to it from your phone, tablet, or computer, whatever computer operating system you have. And you can share links to it and get people more interested in seeing what's happening on your net with just a more interactive interface than you're used to. So share the link to ham.live, check the link in the description below, and thank you, ham.live, for supporting this channel. So I really want to know what your favorite digital mode is. Are you using M17? Are you looking forward to that? And do you disagree with what I said today? I don't think there should be a standard in digital voice any more than I think there should be a standard in HF digital or in analog voice. You want to create a new digital voice mode? Go for it. Ham radio is all about experimentation. It's all about experimentation and trying new standards, and that's exactly what we're doing when we brought DMR into ham radio. That's what we were doing. When we were the group that's working on M17, that's what they're doing. You don't want to talk on it, don't talk on it. You're happy over on dstar, then use dstar. You're happy over on Fusion, use Fusion. I've gotten a lot more into Fusion lately, honestly. Even though I think DMR is probably a better standard than most of these, I kind of lost my interest for DMR because people just don't use it correctly. I'm going to put it that way. People don't use it correctly. Yeah, that's what I'm going to say. If you want to know more about that, put a comment in the video below, and maybe I'll make another video about that. But right now, check out this video because this is what YouTube thinks that you want to watch next. 73.